everybody, welcome back to Cids Modded Life, episode 78 with me, Cid, and we're over here in Botania land for a change. I've been thinking about what I want to do this episode, and obviously I've been working on the Dwarven Cave and all that kind of razzmatazz, but I've been saying repeatedly over the last few episodes, every time I come here basically, that we need to do some work in the Botania area, because Botania area is looking very, well, it's a hole in the ground. Let's not beat around the bush. It's a bloody hole in the ground. And there's various things we want to do. We want to try automating this thing. We need to automate this thing. Yeah, this thing, not so much. We don't use a huge amount of terra steel. And we basically just need to finish this off because it's messy. It's not done. And I don't want to become one of those YouTubers that are whose names are synonymous for not finishing their work. So I should really be using. I think I've got enough stone now. Let me change out to my Elementium pick. There we go. Lovely. That's much nicer. And we'll take these out as well. Then we'll illuminate these later in a more fitting and Botania-like manner. But for the time being, we'll just whack the torches back down. Oh, it's very dark in here now. Apologies, but well, right. I want to. Let me get rid of you first. 1, 2, 3. Then get the dirt rod, the rod of much dirtiness, and we shall get in here and basically turn this cave into a natural grotto. Let me just pop a torch there just so we can see a bit better. So yeah, I've been thinking about my drive to update to 1.11, and I'm beginning to think I've become a little bit obsessed with it, if truth be known, to the point where I kind of forgot probably the reason why I want to get to 1.11 and 1.12 and stuff. So I've decided to chill and chillax about it. This has been caused by several events in recent modded Minecraft days. Let me take you out. Hang on. Let's just do that for now. Let's not get complicated. Yeah, so modern Minecraft has had a few little changes recently, and one of those is that Eliasant is retiring from modern Minecraft, which is a real shame. For those of you who need reminding, Eliasant is the author behind Roots and Embers, to name but a few. Now, here is a conundrum, and this was a conundrum I had when I was rattling on about Architecture Craft not updating. The conundrum is very, very simple. Do we continue with Roots and Embers? Because, you know, Roots and Embers were good for the next two versions, for 1.11 and 1.12. That's the first thing we have to consider, in that they are both, you know, feature complete in that version, and, you know, should not require any major bug fixes. But what happens with 1.13? Because if I do a whole load of Roots and Embers stuff, and then come down the line, we end up with, you know, it not being supported anymore. Then that's not quite what I wanted, was it? Which is why I have this thing. Then we have an issue, because we have a whole load of items in the world which will vanish when we upgrade. And I don't know about you, but I don't like my items vanishing. So I was sat umming and ahhing and thinking about this, and generally having a little bit of a grumble on the forums and all that kind of good stuff. And via YouTube comments and other things, and having a look at Reddit and all that kind of thing. And I mentioned it, and suddenly, as the saying goes, a wild Rorax appeared and pointed out that, well, first off pointed out that it was feature complete. Don't do that. No, and don't do that either. But also put me in touch with some super secret information that we're not allowed to share openly anywhere except YouTube comments. So it's in the comments of the video last week. No, there is a maintainer, someone who's going to maintain Ellison's mods, so all is not lost. So we can continue with those anyway. That's a big thing. But I realised I was getting hung up, and yes, architecture craft is a huge deal. If I were to take architecture craft out, I've got potentially a huge amount of chisels and bits or rebuilding work to do over in the Dwarven Mine. And where else have I used architecture craft stuff? Mainly the Dwarven, the Pyramid, Alexandria. So I have decided to take a chill pill, and we will basically go with this as it comes, and if at this time it's not not hugely important anyway. Because let me just put that in there. We'll keep this looking natural. It's not a hugely important thing because the I can't update. I've got 5 mods standing between me and update anyway. 2 of which I can ignore, but 3 of which I can't. So it's an entirely artificial situation. So yeah, I'm going to stop obsessing about updating. I'm going to just play the game as is, assume that all these wonderful mods will be here when I come to want them in the not too distant future, and then deal with, let me just put some light down, deal with the problem later, for those that actually aren't. And I think that's about the only thing we can do. And to be fair, I think that's probably a kind of a line that many people need to start thinking. We need to stop worrying about the versions, because the other thing that's come out recently is the announcement from Dinnerbone that I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to make these a little bit more uneven once we're done. That 1.3 is almost ready for snapshot. 1.13 is almost ready for snapshots, and it's like, really? I mean, you know, I've got, what did I say? Was it about 58 mods need to update to 112 before I can go forward to 112, and you are already planning 1.13. You know, and it does make you wonder what the future holds. Are we going to be in these kind of mismatch of versions? But for now, I am not going to worry about it. I'm just going to enjoy the game for what it is. And I would, if you are at all worried about versions, I would recommend you do the same and just pick a version and go with it. And yeah, because you're just going to make yourself ill worrying about things that you really have got no control over. And nobody wants that. Well, you shouldn't make yourself ill over a bloody game anyway, let's be brutally honest. And that goes for modders as well as players, you know, which is why I personally am now, having thought about it, fully supportive of Ellison's decision. You know, if you are not enjoying modding Minecraft anymore, and you're not enjoying the community or whatever it may be, I mean, there's been references to toxic community or toxic players. There was a rather nice one that was put up, and Vasky debunked it straight away as being not the reason that people are leaving. That this guy was just a standard internet troll, and you know, the best advice is don't feed the trolls, which is always going to be the best advice, isn't it? Anyway, I've rambled now, and I actually want to do a lot this episode, so I am going to break away. I'm going to come back. I'm going to do a little bit of work in this cave and these caves. I'm going to put the automatic brewing station system in this cave. If you want to see that being built, then well, the last time I did it was in Sky Factory not many weeks ago. I'm not going to put it on the camera. It's a standard riskable automated brewing system, and I see no reason whatsoever to repeat his video. Alternatively, look up Riskable's channel and I find it on there. But I'll be back once that's built and everything is done. Alright, we are back. I've got this in here. It needs a spark on it with a dominant rune. That's the only thing there, so it can pull from underneath. We've got a mega torch in the middle here, giving us some protection going forward. This is going to change a little bit here, and here we have the automatic rune machine. So let me quickly sleep. No, we can only sleep at night apparently. So we should have, let's go with fire runes. Well, let's sleep if I can yet. Okay, right. So we should have fire runes. Fire runes. Let's make some up here. Fire rune. Mana powder, mana steel ingot, nether brick, gunpowder, and nether wart. Gunpowder, nether brick, mana powder, and mana steel. That should be in my Botania bag. We have some. I could do with more, but yeah, we can work with this. So the only this is exactly the same as Riskable's design. The only difference is that I've used a floating hopper hook up here. I've used a copper chest here, and round the back here, if we just kind of turtle around here, normally this would be an ordinary chest. There'd be a lever here to turn this, to lock this hopper. What we are doing here is I have put a ender chest coded to pink, white, pink, because I'm unlikely to pick that anywhere anytime by random. So that is our ingredient input chest, and here is the switch, which is basically when this is on, that chest is locked. This is bound to the hopper, same, so that's locking it, that's also locking it. So what we can do is we can go 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. I also need to grab out some hoofers, some jigs, some living rocks. Now, the only drawback to this is, of course, it is a small chest. Now, it would, if I want to put a lot in, it would make more sense to have the lever here, and well, actually, just to have the big chest up there, maybe. There's a possible, no, because they'll stack, won't they? No, that won't work. Stop. Alright, not blocks, Botania bag. Let me go and grab a little bit more living rock. And we can go 1, 2, and check I am wearing my ring of magnetization. That needs to be off, and basically we go like that. Oh, we need to put the sand in. Forgot the sand is there for the hovering hourglass. So that will start dropping its things. It run its job. Once that's finished, it will complete the thing. As you can see, this living rock is dropping. That will go back into there. It's all explained in Riskable's video, so I'm not going to go into great detail. And the daffodil fires them off over there, and eventually they go up there. Rune of fire. Okay, so that's in and ready to go. And I can basically run a whole load of these runes. That's not a problem. We can bring this over. I'm going to need some more bits and pieces for this, but I can stock up our rune thing very, very quickly and very easily using that. So that's all good. And eventually we'll have another bunch of runes of fire. Let me just put all of that back for the time being. Not going to do that today. This was just me demonstrating that this is now out of the way and done, and we can forget about it. Right, I also need, have I got any of my stuff in here? I've got a dominant thing. I don't have a spark. That's what I'm missing. Okay, that's fine. Oh, and when that's finished, take that out, lock it, and grab our runes, and we are good to go. Now, what I will do is I'll leave the runes in there because this is my Botania area. Why wouldn't I? And well, in fact, what I shall do is I shall grab you, and you can come around here and sit there with all the extra rune material in, because that's what I brought last time. We need to head home, so let us head back home, because I need to pick up that spark and possibly a few other bits and pieces. Okay, let me get you, and we shall take you. And what did I want? I wanted a spark, didn't I? Have I not got a spark? That's surprising. Okay, spark, bang. What am I missing? Flower petals. Of course I am. Flower pouch. What have I got? Lots of blue, and we shall try that again with a little bit of that, and that's that. Okay, so we've got the spark and the dominant rune thing. We also, I want a rod of the Bifrost, is the actual, this one here, which we can do right now. I know we can do that right now. We got you. We've got pixie dust, and we've got elementium. So let's get that done. And the uses for that with Alf glass, which is basically mana glass thrown through, so I'm going to want glass. Let me grab maybe half a dozen, maybe 4 stacks. 5 stacks. 5. We're going to go 5. And I'm going to use the mana that we've got here, I think, just to power that. So, yeah, there's that and that. Then I'm going to want some saplings. I'm going to want bone meal. Lots of other bits and pieces. And fortunately, see, every time I use that, the zombie pigman machine, I get lots and lots of free mana. Well, a pull, but you know, for this kind of thing, absolutely perfect. Alright, well, I'll just carry on pulling my bits and pieces together, and I shall see you at the other side. Alright, we're heading back to Botania. Okay, now here is a thing. I want to break that. That's moving. And what we're going to do is this crater, I always wanted this to look a bit like a meteor crater. So, if you recall, we started making the... Oh, you know what I didn't bring? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, because I wanted this to look very much like a meteor crater that had been made out of these metamorphic style stones. And we tried making the flower worked and then crashed the game. Yeah, can't do anything about that. While we're doing that, let me also fix this particular problem and get that out of my inventory. You're going on there, and you are getting a dominance spark as well, so you will pick up that, and that will pick up from there, which is perfect. And we'll do something to hide this. In fact, I don't know whether I've got, probably not got the means on me right now, but yeah. So what I want to do is actually come out a bit bigger, like so. What I'll do is I'll fill most of this hole back in with dirt, because you won't see it anyway. It's just me wanting my and then if we get blocks back, maybe what we got in blocks. We've got a whole load of stuff, but we'll take you for now, because that's what I'm actually after. Oops, did I just put that? I did. Typical. And yeah, that will do us. So we'll I really do need to find some space, however. Let me just try and move some of this bone meal out of the way, maybe, and that stack of dirt. Alright, so first things first, a little bit of rock going around the outside. And then we shall bring that up one. So this is basically going to be a sunken meteorite like rock in the middle here, with this on top. This is going to be our teleportation. This is Botania done, and then we shall, whoops, what happened then? Where'd it go? Did I drop it? Oh, interesting. It's back now. There you go. Let's try it again. Am I getting a bit of lag? I appear to be getting something going on. Let me just quickly relog and I'll be back in a moment. Much better. Alright, so then we're going to take, not that bag, we're going to take some of the Botania bag here, and I'm definitely going to have some of this fungal, because I think it's a very nice stone. We'll have a little bit of yew, we'll have some plain stone, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap these out for some of these meteorite stones and make this rock far more, far more Botania and less vanilla. And then I'm going to scatter a few around into the surrounding terrain, just so it looks like it has been, impacted by a meteor. So I did do the old cheaty McSqueet to get this rock in. I'm not going to beat around the bush. This is a fact. There was no way I could generate it normally, but obviously I can generate it normally at the cost of a little bit of mana, so it really is kind of secondary, if we're being very honest with ourselves. And as I frequently say, why would I lie to myself? Right, let's get more of this purple going, because this is the rock. This is the colour. I should actually pop a little bit into, oops, damn it. What I should actually do is take off that. That will make all the difference. Well, it'll make a lot. Hey, it'll make a lot of difference. Not all of it, but it will make a lot better. Maybe if we get my Botania bag, put you away, we'll get a little bit of that back. We'll put you away, we'll get a little bit of that back, and we shall pop some of this around the place as well. So I'm just going to Botania stone this place up, get this going, and I will be right back with you. Alright, I think that is enough metamorphic rock. We've gone to town a little bit with it, and spread it around, and it's poking through the dirt here in places as well. All of these good things. So that is that. And what we now need to do is go probably sleep, actually. Where are we? Get my I've got a chisel. I have a chisels and bits bag now, don't I? That's right. Oh, there's more bloody blocks that I've forgotten. Okay, hang on. Thank you. I don't really want these blocks, but I don't want them floating around either. So, but this kind of just transforms it just a smidge, just a little bit, making it more, I don't know, Botania-y. I don't even know if Botania-y is a word. I don't care. It's my word. I'm sticking with it. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take you. We're just going to check what you've got in here. You've got a block of emeralds. Well, definitely not get rid of that. Definitely that can go. And anything else? I suppose those might as well go as well. The clay can probably go because I've got basically not an infinite supply, but a free supply, and I still haven't found any other things. Okay, that's got that freed up. So then we can, we're going to go in and just take not a large cube. We're going to take you, and we are going to trim these down into stairs. Maybe just do a little bit of actually let's round the entire thing off. It's not perfect, but it will at least not look out of place then. And then we can just make this look a little bit thing. Basically, we're turning this into a stairway up to the thingy here. And obviously, what we can do then is we can grab what we got. You are there, so we can grab some of that, and we can place you in like so. And then maybe do I need that anywhere else before I bin it? No, I don't think we do. Okay, get you down here, and then we've got stone. I don't think I ever want to use that in the place, but we will use this one, and that is, what are you? Metamorphic forest, metamorphic forest. And you are also metamorphic forest, so we'll get that going there. That's all nice and neat. And you are metamorphic fungal. Okay, fungal cobblestone. There we go. Bit of that. Bang. That's in there. And I'm going to just bring a bit of that in. Doesn't really matter. It's all good. That's plains, and that is fungal. I don't think I've got. We have got fungal. Excellent. Okay. And then we'll take the plains if I can find it there. Is that one? Oh, yeah, that'll do. There we go. We get a nice overgrown, well, messy. I won't use the word overgrown. I suppose that is the wrong phrase. And we'll get rid of you, and we'll get rid of you, and we'll get rid of you, and there, the world is good and happy. So then we can take our chisel, and we're going to go and make this bit over here. We're going to turn into stirrers. And I have deliberately taken these and made them into there. Have I got? I probably have got. Hang on, let me go and get my chisels and bits back, because I don't need you anymore for a while. Oh, hang on. Chisels and bits bag. Pop that away. Grab the Botania bag. Wish you could dye these. We're going to grab a little bit of you. We're going to go in down here, and we're going to bat you out and pop that in. There we go. I just think it looks a bit odd if we do it the other way. Right. So armed with all of that, we've got Botania. We've got. Oops, we don't want that. We've got you. Now we've got these, and we are going to go and talk to the elves. Do a little bit of elven trading. Get some elf glass. I'm also going to chuck that and that away. Bang. So apparently this requires no mana to run in this version. This is thing, so there's no real necessity to turn it down. It uses mana on trading. There's definitely I mean, for me, it doesn't really matter whether I shut it down or not, but because again, mana is relatively cheap, so not a biggie. Pop, 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 pop. Where's my Botania bag? Another stack of that in there, yeah. So we're going to be a while. Yeah, these elves need to improve their trading system because this is a bit slow. They need to, I don't know, get a better point of service system in, something along those lines. We will shut it down because we can. No other reason really. And we shall grab our Rod of the Bifrost and we shall bang a couple of 3 stacks maybe then. Let's be greedy. I mean, you could say let's not be greedy, but we're not. We're going to say let's be greedy. So from here, the idea with the Bifrost is what I wanted to do was very simple. And I wish I'd not got rid of that big bag of blocks there, but it doesn't matter because I've still got these. We've got, I want to take us from here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, to that there basically. And I want to make a Bifrost bridge. I want to make an Asgardian bridge, if you like. We'll be able to imagine Heimdall guarding that bridge with his, you know, with his life, if need be. And it's going to be through. Oh, you nudged me. It's going to start here. And we'll do something around the bottom to improve its look and feel. And then we shall, I'll probably go, so step up and then in one. And then up. What we probably can I get my ring of magnetism back? That might be useful. There we go. Better. And then we'll come again in one and up one. And I'll probably do something fancy underneath this just to make it look a little bit more. And then up again and in one and up one. And again. So we'll get a kind of a gentle rise up to the, in fact I'm going to go 3 this time. Just going to have the slope start to slow down a little bit. And yeah, so let me just work on this. We've got that over there, which I'm thinking might become a path through to the other side over there as well. So we've got plenty to play with. Yeah, I'll get this done and I shall be back momentarily. Alright, well that's in. The only drawback is you can't chisel and bits this. I should have guessed. I think it's probably a block entity or some such thing, which obviously because it's changing it does not want me to adjust its colour. I don't think there is anything in chisel that we could use that would have a similar effect. Now there are these machine blocks which are transparent and you can chisel, so the question is there anything else of that kind of tendency? Again, there are these, but again they're not transparent, which is a bit of a pain, but you know, there is always a possibility. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go and experiment with that possibility by heading over to home. The block we actually want isn't here, it's over in the item, I should say, the tool bench, the whatever you want to call it, is over in the here, the vault. That's the word I am looking for. So we'll just come in, check this out, and oh yeah, the vault also has some. Is it in here? I thought it was in here. Not there. Blocks bag? What's on me? Alright. In which case we'll go back. Back to Botania. And we'll see whether we can architecture these Bifrost blocks. That's blocks bag, Botania. First, go in here. I would like you to be other. I'd like you to be stairs, and I would like you. You make. Oh, we can. Interesting. 3 makes 4. Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3. It does not want me to do it. No. All right, we can't. That is fine. We shall live with it. I mean, let's be honest, it's not like we actually walk here very often anyway. Right. So we've got a walkway. We probably need to do something fancy at the bottom. And I'm wondering if we can do something like this. Let me place this here. And then what I want is... Yeah, I've got an idea. Be back in a mo. Alright, I actually didn't check how long I've been recording for. Let me double check. Oh, we're way over as usual. We'll finish this off next episode, but I want to finish off with what I've done. So my thoughts were I would like to use a waystone markers as decorative things. But of course, waystone markers aren't decorative, they are functional. Now, you could build one and not activate it, but there's always a very good chance that we will accidentally right click on one and activate it. So what we are going to do is we're going to take this and this out here, and I am going to replace those with cobble, just because I absolutely loathe that stuff. And then we're going to place this here, and we are going to place this here and take that out, place that there. We're going to take you out and we're going to place this one there. So basically I've chiseled and bitsed up a very loose copy of the waystone markers, and I have basically copied the waystone marker. I need my Botania bag, just because I would like to have a flash above each of those. And then I want to grab, not that, that, and I want to make 1, 2, 3, 4 more of those to become those ones. And what we need to do is we'll copy the bottom for starters. Hang on, let me blank that and copy, and we're going to head down to the bottom of the Bifrost here, and we are going to place that there, that there. I'm also going to just come over here and borrow a couple of dirt blocks, just so, oops, hang on, get rid of those, and then we're going to basically go plob and plob. We'll get that back, we'll go back up to the top here, and I just think having these about will be handy because we can use these as inspiration. Well, and we have used these as inspiration for a block. Now the insets I've done just with vanilla gold, so nothing fancy going on there. And again, we'll take you and we shall place you up. Right, one there and one there, and I think that will just about do us for this episode. Now we do need to finish off up there. We've got a lot of greenery to place, we've got things to do, people to see, places to go, and we need to bring in a path that comes all the way around over there. Over here I was thinking we could go with a bit of a mixture of this stuff going on, maybe even a little bit of chiseled dirt through there. We can kind of mix this till we get over there, and again do that kind of thing going out this way. The only thing with that is this irritating up and down sensation. So I'm going to use the rune machine here to basically give us a good supply of, oh, that's not actually straight, is it? Okay, doesn't matter. I mean, it's actually supposed to be straight, but that's fine. So we get that going on. So next episode we'll finish off here. We'll automate this thing. We'll get this finished dressing up, and everything will be fine and dandy. But for the time being, I think we shall try and get a shot of a Bifrost. Whoops, little shot of that going on. Oops, F1. Wait till we get a good colour. I don't think we're and blue, and blue should go to purple. There you go. Gotcha. Yeah, so until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon, and bye for now.